Got the heads fully assembled. Set these aside for now, give them a final cleaning before I put them on. And I crack test the block and clean it up and put the heads on. Got the block cleaned up. Met quite nicely. Cleaned out all the head bolt holes by running a tap through them. Did the crack test. No cracks on it. So ready for reassembly. Here's one last look at the heads before I put them on. All cleaned, ready to go back on. Here's the head gaskets, blue Velcro, as well as new head bolts. Here's what the head gasket looks like installed. Got the head set on, now to put the head bolts in. There's 3 sizes. There's 6 short ones, which go on the bottom, right here. And there's 2 medium length ones, which go on the holes on the ends, and here, and on the other end. And you have the long ones going here, and here, and so on. And they also have to have sealer on them because these go right into the water galleries. If you don't have that, you'll leak. That's why I got new head bolts, mainly because of the sealer on them, and then again I don't trust the old ones because they could be stretched. Now to torque the heads down. This is a torque pattern for them. The final torque is 65 foot-pounds, but you need to do it in 3 stages, so I like to do it 20, 45, then the final one is 65. We got some of them torqued down, so the rate bolt I'm doing right now. Got the heads on all the way, and torque the 65 foot-pounds. Now to put in the lifters. Here's what the lifters all look like when they're all nicely cleaned up. Better view. There are hydraulic rollers. You have the spring inside, the oil hole that adjusts the valve lash. Now before I put the lifters in, I soak them in oil so they have to fill up. And as well as put some assembly lube on the cam lobes and the rollers. Got the first lifter lubricated and to put it in the hole. Just slide in like so. That's all. There's all the lifters with the retainers and the spider installed. I got the 2 bolts, this one and this one, torqued to 20 foot-pounds, as well as put some blue Loctite on them. Now to put it in the push rod. Got all the valve train put together. Got all the push rods and rocker arms on. I got them adjusted properly. Where's the best? Exhaust manifolds ready to go on. You got all the gaskets for them. The donut seals where they bolt onto the Y pipe. The new studs for the right side manifold. Got the manifolds torqued down all the way, as well as put all the spark plugs in. The torque for the manifolds is 26 foot-pounds of the middle one, and then 20 in the back 2. And the very back number 5 cylinder, you cannot get the torque wrench on it, so I just tighten it by hand to what I think feels like 20 foot-pounds. Mind you, I haven't done this long enough to know what that would feel like, so we're both on now. Put the Y pipe on with the stack exhaust manifold studs cut off. So I pulled off the O2 sensor, cleaned it up. Here it is. I'm going to put that back in. It wasn't that bad. Here's the white pipe put back in. Took me quite a while to put it in. Rather uncomfortable laying underneath the car here. Had to take out the right side exhaust manifold again because I forgot, because when I took the white pipe out I had the right exhaust manifold pulled out, and I just couldn't get it to clear the studs where the flange bolts onto up there, so I took the manifold out. That was pretty easy, and got a new clamp on the cat where it goes into, and as well as got the 2 sensor plugged back in, which is, as you can see my hand, which is, the plug is right there. Anyway, so the exhaust is complete. I got the intake all cleaned up. It's ready to be put back on. Also took the EGR valve off. Cleaned it up as well as cleaned all the carbon out of the passage right there. That's where the EGR gas is going. Here's the engine cleaned and ready for the intake manifold to go back on. This is where the EGR goes from. It's the number 4 cylinder. Also, you need to put a silicone around the coolant passages, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. There is coolant getting in the oil on these engines, and there's no smoke or anything. It's probably not a head gasket. It's probably one of these intake manifold gaskets, which are fairly easy to change, so I would change that first before pulling the heads off. But then again, on this engine, as you can see, it was clearly blown on the 2 cylinders on the side. Here are the intake manifold gaskets in place. Well, there needs to be some sealant on the ends of the valley, because there's no gasket that goes here, it just seals on the manifold with silicone. Got the intake on all the way, as well as all the vacuum lines and wires and things hooked up. Got the aluminum brackets in the front on, the AC compressors on, the idler pulley, got the power steering pump pulley on. Now the way the pulley goes on is it's a press fit, so there's no bolt or anything holding it in, so it's got to be pressed on. There's a special tool for that. It's a 3/8 by 16 bolt. Stud in this case because I couldn't get a bolt long enough, so I just put some nuts on the end. And this is the anvil, so it screws into the front of the power steering pump. And then keep that from spinning with the spanner, and then just tighten this up, and it presses the pulley on. Also heated it up the pulley so it goes on easier. And it's very important to have the shaft and the inside of the pulley clean, otherwise it doesn't bind up, no problems. So these kits O'Reilly's has that I rented this from, they do not have the right bolt for this to be put back on. So the bolts that come with this kit are right there, and right there. They are 3/8, but you can see 3/8 here, but this tapers off to a thinner thread, and that will not work with the power steering pump. So you need a 3/8 by 16 bolt. Here we are, all back together. Good oil, new filter, filled up the cooling system, put straight water in it, because I want to flush it out, so I'll drive it for a day or two, then drain it and fill the proper coolant. I've got the head gaskets on the Blazer finished. I've been driving it for about a month now, and it's fine, not losing coolant or anything. When I first started this head gasket job, it was the middle of August. Now you can tell it's the end of November, with snow. Mind you, I could have done it much quicker, but I was working on it on and off, so and I've finished it in the end of October. Here's the engine, nicely put back together. Full of coolant, nice clean oil. So I guess that's it for this head gasket job. Runs nicely. Give it a cold start. It's about, I'm guessing around -5 right now. Celsius, that is. Starts right up. I also got it timed properly with a timing light, 0 degrees before top dead center, just like the manual says to. Now to do that, you need to disconnect the electronic ignition advance, which is a wire in the footwell right there, which I will show you right now. Here's the wire. I know it's quite dark, but this one right here is the black plug right there. It's like a orange tan color with a black stripe on it. Just disconnect this, and when you start the car, then the check engine light will come on, which is good. Then you time it to 0 degrees before top dead center, turn the car off, and reconnect the wire, and start it back up, and the check engine light will go out. And there's no need to clear any codes or anything, they'll clear all by themselves, and that's all there is to it, the timing on these. There's the exhaust, nice and smooth. Don't mind the steam, the catalytic converter is cold. I just might slide outside right now, and I just started it. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed my video series on replacing the head gaskets on this 1988 S10 Blazer, and thank you for watching.